Welcome to another edition of Fitness Friday. I'm here at Bay Urban with Kelly, who's going to teach us how to make a new fun seasonal dish. Kelly, what are we making today?
Oh, I'm very excited, and thank you for having me. Today we're going to make a seasonal roasted root vegetable medley. So I have a couple of vegetables that I want to highlight, show you how to break them down and combine them in a really easy to make dish that will last all week long. So it's a perfect side dish, and at the end, if you have too much of it, you can blend it up and make soup. Perfect. Let's get started. Our first vegetable, which actually isn't a vegetable, is butternut squash. It's technically a fruit, but we use it as a vegetable. So start with your butternut squash, very sharp knife, cut off the ends. And you want a really sharp knife because it's hard squash. So take the ends off. This is going to help us have a flat-ish surface to cut. You always want to cut on flat so it's safer. Cut right through the middle. Guard your hands, and voila. Then you have the inside of the squash, and we'll have to remove these seeds, but don't throw them away or pop them into the compost because they make a great little snack if you take the pip out of the seeds and roast them in the oven, 400 degrees. You'll have a wonderful snack. So I have one that's already cut. I'd like to show you how to break it down. So we'll put that over here. After you've peeled the outside, you just long peels, take that skin off, lay it flat again. And what I like to do with squash, because it has that little round indentation, it's not the easiest to cut. I cut the long neck part off first and then make little slices through the curved part. Okay, we'll come back to those later. Have it, do it again, making it into long quarters, and then easily, if it doesn't stick to your knife, make chops. It does not have to be perfect. This is a rustic dish. It is just getting the pieces as uniform in size as possible so that everything finishes the same in the oven. So you'll take your pieces and pop them into a bowl. Here, our next vegetable that we have is actually a vegetable. It's a root vegetable called a turnip. So I have a turnip that I've already peeled, so similar to what we've showed you with the butternut squash. Cut it in half so you have a flat edge. And now I'm going to actually cut it more like an onion. So you get halfway through. Okay, and then slice through it. Little long strokes. It's not as soft as an onion. And then cut, and you have a nice, beautiful little dice that's easy to just toss right into your pot. So our last root vegetable is a rutabaga.
And what is a rutabaga? I've never heard of this.
It's a pretty gnarly looking root vegetable.
Yes.
It's actually an accidental cross between our turnip and cabbage. So you can kind of see the similarities between the turnip. It's a very large vegetable, and I certainly don't need all of it. It has a wonderful kind of spicy flavor that is similar to the turnip but has its own essence. It's got a creamy flesh color, and it cooks up almost between a cross between a squash and a potato. So they're really quite delicious, but again, I don't need all of this. So you can do the same, just chunk off a piece and then wrap and save the rest of this in your refrigerator, and it'll keep for up to a week. You want a few more elements of flavor to your roasted root vegetable. So we're going to quickly chop this onion. Peel the outside layer. And remember what I did with the turnip? Same thing, but look, it's a lot easier with this onion, softer flesh. Cut through long diagonal slices. Turn it the other way, cut across, and you have a nice little dice to add some flavor to your dish. Our last step here, simple as it gets, a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. Toss, pop it into an oven at 425 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes. Simple and easy as that, Ashley.
And is there any other dressings or anything people could possibly put on here?
Absolutely. You can make this a little bit more savory by putting some balsamic vinegar that really cooks down into a nice reduction, gives it a great little flavor. Or if you want to get your kids to start liking vegetables, one really easy way to do that is to toss it with a little bit of maple syrup or honey. What kid's not going to like something that's roasted, sweet, and warm in their bellies?
That's true. Well, thank you, Kelly, for showing us how to make this fun seasonal dish, especially now that it's fall.
Yes, thank goodness. It's a wonderful season.